with the rules and you know that we coming. Pull out the blicky, you know they be thumping. Kick down the door, you know it's war. I catch your body, you know it ain't nothing. Wait.
Coming soon to own on video and DVD.
I said I'm tweaking, I'm nice on the beat. If I throw her a treat, that'll handle the beef like seasoning. I got a first class pass on a WestJet, pop champagne, cash flight, not feelings. I got a bay and the bay wanna play, so I was in LA the very next evening. You pop pills when I was.
Hey, before the video starts, I almost forgot. I've been dropping 1 track a week on Apple Music and Spotify. Go stream it right now. Go listen to it right now. I'm gonna keep dropping them, and I'm gonna keep going, and I'm gonna keep going till they all blow up. Go stream it right now. All right, what's goody in the hoodie like A Boogie? I'm back and I'm better like Bryson Till with another video. Now, you guys keep asking me for this. I kind of felt like it was unnecessary because it didn't really matter, but you've been asking, so I'm gonna give it to you guys. Y'all been asking me what vocal chain I used on the Pop Smoke videos that I did. So I'm about to show you. Disclaimer, all of these are Logic, but every DAW, digital audio workstation, if you don't know what that means, has these types of plugins. So you just have to find the ones that are the same and it'll work. Now, I don't use these anymore. I use the Waves plugins because I completely paid full price for them. Yeah, so I don't really use these anymore, but this is what I used. So I'm just gonna have to, you know, make it do what it do. You smell me? Before the video starts, make sure you subscribe, comment down below what else you want me to explain or anything like that, you know? Okay, so just in case you need a refresher, this was the song. Oh.
I'm with the rules and you know that we coming. Pull out the blicky, you know they be thumping. Kick down the door, you know it's war. I catch your body, you know it ain't nothing. Wait. I drop kick like Tekken. Breathe through the air for the weapon. You better watch if you stand nigga talking, I'll jump on the net. Bet you get hit in the neck with a tech. Ripping the set, I make a sweat. Drink some water, I'm holding my breath. I get girl by the two. Ooh, and my Jordan is true. Blue, I don't think I'ma choose you. So I hop in a new cruise. No, I'm never lacking, always pistol packing. I be here with my dog Snoop. Please don't come if you're not in a group. All the homies, they ready to shoot. Do my dance. Big 38 in my pants. Wait.
First off, RIP Pop Smoke. All you guys are haters, and y'all be killing people for no reason. But let's get into it. For some people that don't know, the beat was made by Jamaica. Shout out to my boy Jamaica. He's actually one of Pop Smoke and Fabio and all of them's producers. Bare bangers. He did bare bangers. Recently he did what's the track on Fabio's one? The I pull up a how about the what's that song called? What's that song called? Drive By? Yeah, I think it's called Drive By. That one is hard. On Fabio's tape, that one was hard. So shout out to Jamaica. But let's get into this. So for the verse where it starts with the I'm with the woos and you know that we coming. So firstly, I doubled the vocals because Pop Smoke's vocals, they're kind of doubled. Like, you don't have to double them. Like, you could use a doubler, but I didn't use a doubler. I just doubled the vocals, you know? So that's why it sounds like that. Because if it was just one, this is how it would sound, like with the beat.
I'm with the rules and you know that we coming. Pull out the blicky, you know they be thumping. Kick down the door, you know it's war.
You see how it doesn't sound as like full and surround as when you put both of them together and it sounds like this?
I'm with the rules and you know that we coming. Pull out the blicky, you know they be thumping. Kick down the...
See what I mean? So I chose to double the vocals. You don't have to do that. You could use a doubler, but that's just what I did. So let's get into the actual vocal chain. The ones that are grayed out over here on the side, they don't mean anything. That was just like the stuff. I put like presets and I'll take stuff off and put stuff on. So channel EQ, first thing I did, pull this over. This is the EQ used on the Pop Smoke vocals. Like I said before, if you watch my other informational videos, I'm not gonna act like I'm an expert on these things. I don't know what this means. I just know that those are the lows, the middle is in the middle, and the highs are the highs. I can't tell you that this many hertz and this many dBs makes this and that. So if you want to use it, just copy it. It's on the screen, pause the video and copy it, because I got this from someone else. I've been doing like years of research on vocals and stuff to see what stuff sounds good. Next, Compressor. Once again, these are all stock plugins in Logic. I haven't even Next, I'm gonna do another video of like the wave ones, but this is just the stock ones that I've used. This is a preset. So if you go to voice and then go down to rap vocal, that's the compressor I used. Because honestly, if you don't know what you're doing, realistically, once you know what plugins you need to use, a lot of them have presets that you could just use. So just go and search through it and see which ones you like. Obviously, it's a rap song, so I went to rap vocals. No echo on this one. Next, reverb. The reverb I used on this was Space Designer, which is stock. And it's a pretty low reverb. It's not too many. And even now, I don't, like I said, I don't do any of my vocal mixing like this anymore. I use buses and all that different type of stuff, and I'll explain what all that means in my other videos that I do. So it's just really low reverb. Then a multipressor. If you ask me what a multipressor does, I couldn't tell you. I just know that it's useful, okay? Once again, if you want to copy any of these, just pause the video and copy it. Because I honestly, like, I'm going to keep it a whole stack with you. I can't remember specifically what a multipressor does. I think it just kind of brings the vocal up a little bit more. Noise gate to block out the background noise. This one, it's at negative 18 dB. I usually bring it a little bit lower, but whatever. Sample delay. Now this, if I'm correct, kind of widens the vocal a little bit. So say this is the vocal, it's in the middle. Your headphones are like this, right? The vocal's in the middle right here. The sample delay kind of spreads it like that. So instead of everything being right here in the middle, it kind of spreads it to where it sounds like it's two different people on two different sides of your ears, you know? So that mixed with the doubler, which is actually mixed with the two different takes, which is actually the two different people, then that makes it sound really complete, you know? Next, match EQ. So this was something I started doing in like the last year or so. I don't do it anymore, but it brings the vocal out more. So when you get the reference for the EQ, like, I'll show you what I mean. Like, when you play it,
I'm with the woozy, you know that we coming.
You get the reference,
he's down the door.
and then the
You know
EQ curve.
your body, you know it ain't nothing.
So it'll start like that, right? And then the more you bring it down, it changes the EQ. So I'm trying to find the best way to explain this. It's like it brings the vocals up more. So this kind of analyzed the frequencies, and it's switching it. So it's pulling stuff out, it's taking stuff in. So the more that you drag it lower is the more that the vocal will change. So when you bring it down to about, I think people say between like 10 and 12, maybe like 5 to 12, you'll start to hear the vocal raise up. But if you do it too much, like, it'll get too thin. So it's one of those things where you just have to do it until it sounds good enough to you. De-Esser, kind of self-explanatory. It just takes out all the S's, so when you're talking it doesn't and then I think it does a little bit of noise reduction as well. And then the last thing is the limiter. Now this is not stock, so I kind of lied to you, but there is a stock limiter. If you go to dynamics and then go to limiter, this is the stock limiter for Logic, which does the same thing, but I downloaded this and I guess I used it. This is the limiter number 6. You could find this online if you really want to do it. I liked it because it has the presets, master, vocal 1, 2. So I used the vocal 2 on this one, and it literally just makes it louder, compresses it, makes it louder. It just does a lot for the vocal. Now the backgrounds. Let me mute out the main vocals. The backgrounds.
Wait.
Alright, so for that was the same one. The first layer of that background vocal was the same as the one I used before. Second one, this one's called the R&B background vocal. It's not necessarily an R&B background vocal, that's just what I called it because when I was initially doing it, that's what I made it as. But it's pretty much a lot of the same things: the noise gate, sample delay, compressor, channel EQ, de-esser, Only difference is there's an echo. This is the echo. An echo is self-explanatory. You know what an echo is. At 1/4, feedback 64, wet 16, dry 100. If you don't know what dry and wet are, dry is like the main signal, like the vocal. Like me speaking to you right now, this is a dry vocal. The wet is the effects. So the higher that the wet is the more you're gonna hear the effect on the vocal. And then a spreader. Spreader is like a doubler as well. This is kind of the stock doubler in Logic. And then reverb once again. I don't know why these buses are on because nothing is on them.
Wait.
Yeah, I think that's it, low key.
Do my dance.
Been 38 in my pants. Wait. Yeah, that's everything. This realistically, there's nothing more to it but to do it. But to really sound like Pop Smoke, if that's what you're going for, it's not even really about the vocal chain. It's more about your voice. You have to like get into the deep, raspy voice. You know, you have to like get down in your diaphragm. You feel me? Like you have to do the deep voice, like the like you have to get down in there, way down in there. You feel me? Way down in there, like deep pop. So once you do that, and you just like project it really hard into the mic, and then add the vocal chain, that'll give you more of the Pop Smoke sounding type of effect, you know? But that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or anything that you were kind of confused about, leave a comment. I'll try to get back to you. Let me know what else you guys want me to do a video on. I'll make sure to get that done because we're still in quarantine and there's still nothing to do. So I got nothing but time. All right, stay safe, stay faithful. Make sure you guys are wearing your masks and make sure you're social distancing. You guys aren't going to the beaches and to the parks and to all this stuff like all y'all Americans are. And even the people over here, honestly, y'all be downtown at the parks and stuff doing God knows what. Stay at home. I'm out.